What's up, folks? Welcome back to The Blerd Girl Live. I'm Karen Mahorn, aka The Blerd Girl, and welcome to the second episode of the third season of The Blerd Girl Live. My guests tonight are the gorgeous host, producer, and gamer, Markeia McCarty. And in my second hour, I'll be joined by Jason Creighton and Peter Perry of the Factions Battlegrounds franchise. You guys are going to hear a lot about this game very soon. That's right, it's RPG Day here at The Blerd Girl Live. What do you think of the whole HBO saying, hey, we're going to play everything that you see in the theater, you can see at home? And Disney's like, yeah, we'll do that too, but you got to pay $30 to see at home. And Netflix just sitting there in the middle going, whatever.
Well, Netflix, they very quietly raised their rates in January. So I noticed that. But yeah, I'm A-okay with HBO Max being so, well, because there's so many HBOs now and you don't know which one. You don't know which one. So it's they're maybe they'll get the wrong one and then they'll forget to cancel it. So we'll put it all on HBO Max. But yeah, I know what you're talking about too with Mulan, when they were yeah, but it's going to cost you an extra $30 if you want to see this. And I was like, well, okay, that's a choice, and they made that choice. I'm glad that it was a month or so later, then it was oh, and now it's free for subscribers for Disney Plus. I was because you know what, you are reaching into people's pockets every month, and there's already a certain thing that you expect from your subscription services. Mm-hmm. So to have to pay extra on top of that, I'm just that doesn't sit right. It was a beautiful movie, but that doesn't sit right.
And here's the thing, today I had to revisit this because Raya and the Last Dragon, the trailer for that dropped. And so I was saying, and they're saying the same thing, $30. And I started asking around, what is the benefit of this? Would you pay it? And the friends of mine that are married with kids and trying to do something with the kids every other day were saying that it's worth it to them because one, they could give something new to the kids. But two, apparently Disney Plus's sharing thing, I guess more than one person can you can share it with your family. So I guess if you can get proof that, and I don't know how it works, if anybody in the chat knows, let me know. But if you can prove that your family is part of this thing, then I guess only one person has to pay $30 and then 7 people can see it. In which case, okay, then I can charge admission and I don't feel so bad. But I don't know if we weren't in the business that we're in, whether or not I would pay $30 just to sit up in my house and watch Raya by myself for $30.
I know I wouldn't. And, I'd wait. Sorry, I was quick with an answer on that one, wasn't I? I completely wouldn't. I didn't for Mulan, but I was fortunate enough to get a screener for that one when that came out. So then, I did with that. But yeah, how everybody's oh, I'm gonna go to the drive-through movies and everything. Me and this person that we're potting with. And I'm oh, great, that sounds great. How much is it to go to a drive-through movie? And it's $30, $50. I'm it's gonna be me in my car. I'm staying home. It'll come out eventually. So
yes, absolutely.
The thought of staying home and paying an additional $30, I'm gonna pass on that one personally.
Right, because that $30 could be used for more important things like wine. This is absolutely gorgeous. First of all, I saw the Kickstarter and I was so taken aback. I feel like I might have been a contributor, but I gotta see because I give to a lot. And I was just so excited about this artwork. And then I'm seeing, okay, wait, this is a board game representing different cultures and mythologies from around the world. That whole concept was just incredible. And the fact that you went into it with that idea, did you sit down and go, okay, it's going to be diverse, but let's drill this down. We want Africa, we want Asia, but specifically Southeast Asia and this part of Africa. Did you think about any of that going in?
That was a huge part of it because what we didn't want it to feel like was like it didn't feel authentic, and we wanted to make it feel authentic by choosing very specific areas that we could pull from and develop the cultures of the factions and the mythologies of the factions. And so when Pete was kind of designing that part, the idea was well some factions would pull from multiple cultures and multiple mythologies, so that way we could create this really cool sense of this fusion in regards to how it's designed. But that was a huge element of it, was the idea of it not to make it feel like a stereotype and just pull just a couple elements, but to really do research in regards to when we were working with the artists, so that way it felt like something very specific and intentional. And that's the key, that it was intentional in regards to how it was designed.
Yeah, and just to jump off on that, and this is I'll kind of try to show a couple images of cards here. I don't know if you can see that, but this is a card from a faction, the Parada faction. It's a centaur, which is traditionally kind of a Greek mythological element. But in addition to expanding upon new mythologies within the game or within the genre, we wanted to represent kind of, I guess you could say, classic monsters as people of color, or in a different way, inspired by a different area of representation. So, and this is another one right here, a Yumbo, and again, the artist who did this, Brianna Cole, did a fantastic job of incorporating kind of West African elements, and she studied with Jason on all of this. But typically, this is like a sprite or a fairy, and that's almost always portrayed, or maybe I shouldn't say almost always, but we've only seen it.
Tinkerbell.
Yeah, exactly. So not only are we including some monsters and things, and I can show you another one. So this is an Inkanyamba, which is a sea serpent, but it's a South African kind of legend, kind of cryptid, I guess you could say.